You are listening to The Objective Jerk, and I am Set Jerk. No, I don't know why I do that. What's going on, everybody? Everybody's good? Everybody's alright? Let's see. What did I talk about last time? It was Chuck Norris dying, and then it was like, who's the third? There's the dude from Buffy, and then who's the third actor? And I don't know if she qualifies, but she was in, I can't think of her name, but she was in the Superman film, and she was in some other stuff too. This older actress passed away, plus some other people, but nobody. I mean, some would argue that Chuck Norris isn't really. I mean, he was never like, I guess what they call A-list, because he never had like a huge movie. But just his history and the truth and the fact that he was actually a martial artist, not just an actor. And he got to spar with Bruce Lee, knew Bruce Lee, and then his memes, they just put him up into the stratosphere. I don't know, they were just funny. But yeah, so what's going on? Because the Charlie Kirk, the guy, I can't think of his name right now. The guy that shot him is on trial, or they're doing some. I don't think it's started yet. They're trying to do all the preliminary crap or whatever. I don't know. The only legal drama I ever liked was A Few Good Men. Other than that, I don't really care much for watching legal movies or shows. It was never interesting to me. But I do like A Few Good Men. But yeah, there's so many conspiracies about Charlie Kirk, like who shot him, like is Israel, and because he was preventing this war against Iran. I'm like, who? Charlie Kirk? No. Who? What? Like, no. It's like, no, some crazy trans lover dude shot and killed him. There might have been a conspiracy between the trans community because of all the messaging and Discord and all that kind of crap with them, but no, if there was like a legit government conspiracy, whether it's with Israel or whatever, the guy would be dead. So the fact that he's alive and going to trial, no, I don't think there is. But man, some people are just going crazy with it. Like what's her face? I don't watch any of the. I watch creators, but they're generally normal people that have created. They're not people who got the jump on YouTube, like people that probably would have been on Fox or on some kind of something, but ended up going with like Daily Wire or whatever. I don't follow Daily Wire. I don't watch any of those. There are some of those people I like. I can't think of any of their names right now. I don't know why. I'm horrible with names, but the guy with the beard, I'll watch some of his stuff. But the little Jew kid, Ben Shapiro, he bugged me. I liked the way he, because I'm not a debater. I can't remember anybody's name, so I can't remember dates or facts or anything. So I am the last person to actually get in a debate. I'll like discuss and talk with somebody, but if they're gonna be like blah 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 blah, it's like, okay, that's not my thing, and it's because I'm not good at it, So, but I used to like watching some of Ben Shapiro's debates or Candace Owen, but she's kind of went off the deep end a little bit, and some would say like it's no more deeper than the InfoWars guy. What's his face? But at least a lot of the stuff that guy brought up, which I can't think of his name right now, but end up happening or was true. You know what I mean? I mean, it seems like his theories were at least based off a couple possible facts or some, you know what I mean? But Candace Owens, though, seems like she just makes shit up out of thin air. I don't know. Kind of sucks because I kind of liked her. When she first got her own channel, I was watching her, but I don't know. I quit watching it, but generally now I just watch individuals who are just kind of normal people, but that are smart and do their own research. Liberal hive mind. Doctor, what's his face? What's his name? Steve Turley? Is that it? Steve Turley. I think I might be wrong. I might be right. I don't know. I watched The Quartering. People are like, "What? The guy's an idiot." Yeah, he's a normal guy. He's not afraid to share his opinion, and if he's wrong, or whatever. But he's kind of like the one that I kind of watch in the mornings when I'm drinking my coffee. I don't watch all of his stuff. I think sometimes he ends up, he'll pick topics that I guess get the views and stuff, and I get kind of tired of it. But anyway, so that's going on, right? Yeah, and then Jerry O'Connell, little fat kid from Saved by the Bell, Stand By Me, who I didn't even know he was married to do I got her name on here? She was Mystique in X-Men. I didn't even know they were married, but apparently she's a psycho liberal, man. He was on a podcast with Bill Maher, and during the election night, he shared like a little story about how like, oh my gosh, Harris is losing, and he was like, well, yeah, it's probably because they didn't do the whatchamacallit. They threw her in there. She wasn't voted in. The primaries, there was, and he just pointed that out, and then they got mad, and he said they got physical, and it's like, dude, you're getting beat by your wife and your daughters over politics? What the fuck? Dude, he needs to dump that woman in a heartbeat and then keep his daughters at a distance. That sounds bad, but man. That's crazy. But I think that's how a lot of the actors that live in LA and love the culture and love the politics, that's how they are. And what's her face? I mean, I'm not really a blonde. I'm not into blondes, but I mean, can't deny that she wasn't pretty hot back in the day, or maybe even now. I didn't know they were married, though. That's crazy. But yeah, so she's a hot psycho liberal. Man, I feel bad for the dude. Yeah, that's pretty rough. And then, let's see. And then it's like those same people, like, oh man, I almost had her name. Rebecca Romaine? Right? Is that it? Rebecca Romaine Stamos, because she was married to Jesse from Full House. Dude, he was smart. Getting rid of that bitch. But it's these same retarded people, like at the Oscars or whatever. Do I have the Oscars? No, I've talked about the Oscars, right? Just idiots that don't know what they're doing. They're just, I'm a liberal, so I'm supposed to talk about this or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's these people who are, mad about Iran, which again, I don't like the idea of the police in the world and invading whatever, but Iran, it was needed. Iraq, no, but this, yeah. And they, the Iranian government executed a 19-year-old wrestler or something, an Olympic wrestler, because he was outspoken and, but yeah, Iran, how dare you? It's like, this is why, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that liberals are so fucking stupid, because normal people are catching on, but it's like they sit there and cry about Iran and else. No, what was the country where they just went in and took the dude? I can't even remember. A while ago, a month or two ago. These were actual dictators, and yet they're holding these protests. No kings and all this stuff. It's like, do you even listen to what you're saying? It's like, you're so fucking stupid. But again, I'm grateful because normal people are like noticing this, and they're like, what are these people talking about? And it's getting out. The word's getting out, man. People, Hollywood liberals are stupid and they're psycho, and nobody's going to watch their movies. Nobody's supporting because they don't want to support dumbass pieces of shit, garbage human beings. And let's see, what else are the dumbass liberals doing? They are government, not passing the government, whatever, doing a government shutdown because of the act, FACE Act, or whatever the hell it's called, I can't remember, to require voter ID. Are there other things on there besides voter ID? Yeah, probably, because they always do that shit. But that's their argument. The left is, IDs, voter ID, it's so unfair. But so then TSA, nobody's getting paid. Only, less than half are still working. But then Elon Musk is like, hey, I'm going to help get them paid. He can't just give them money. Their government, he's got to have to maybe do it through a program. I don't know how they'll do it. I don't know. But he's going to fit the bill, which is cool. But then dumbass liberals will still be like, and then so then Trump's like, I'm going to have ICE be at the airport then, to help out. I think that is like the greatest thing. So now all these people whining and crying about ICE. Okay, it's the airport. I saw this meme. I don't know if it was a meme or somebody just said it or something. They're like, people at the airports are surprised that ICE are actually nice and friendly when you're not trying to run them over with your car. Yeah. It's just all the arguments and all the talking points from the left is so fucking stupid. They're so dumb. It's ridiculous. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, so then like SNL, right? I don't watch SNL. I haven't watched it in 20 years or so. But in any kind of maybe clips I watch on YouTube are from 10 years ago at the latest or something, with what's his face, like the last, I don't know, Bill Hader. I don't know, was it like 2010s or something, I want to say. I didn't watch SNL, but I'll watch like some clips from that. It looks like it was pretty funny then. But so they did a skit, I guess, where they're bitching about the gas prices. And again, this is another reason why normal people are catching on, because as high as the gas prices are due to the shit going on, they're still nowhere near when Biden was in office. If you look at the oil drum price graph line thing, it's nowhere near it. Gas was super low before Biden, and then after Biden it shot up, and it just stayed up, went down a little bit, and then it's been in the same area, and then it even went down with Trump, and then it's went up again. So yeah, it's up in Trump's administration. Like, this is the highest since he's been in office for the last 2 years. Has it been 2 years already? I guess so, huh? But it's still nowhere near the height of Biden. So where was all the outrage from them when Biden was in office? It's just this hypocrisy right here is why the Democrats are losing left and right in every kind of midterm. They're losing ground everywhere, and it's because of shit like this. I don't know. Like, I should be happy because the Democrats are just they're about to be extinct. You know what I mean? But it's not like they're going to be gone, or there's still the AOCs and all the dipshits out there. So you think I'd be a little more happy about how things are going as far as that goes. And I am, but at the same time, it's just like, why can't we all just get along? Why can't we just like, okay, this is good, this is bad. Like, I don't know. Just some of the just the arguments they have is just so ridiculous. And again, it's a good thing in the end, but it still just like bottles my mind full of emotion. My emotions are all bottled up. No. And then speaking of like liberals and retards in Hollywood, there was that Star Trek show about the Academy, when it was like 90210 Star Trek or some shit. Again, didn't watch it, but it looked, the clips I've seen and everything, it looked so bad. I mean, it wasn't just not for me, but like I've seen, there was a series on Netflix. I can't remember what it was called, but it was pretty popular, I think. It's about 10 years ago now, I want to say. But it's about a girl who recorded some tapes. She was like raped and murdered or something. And my nephew was like, "Oh, Uncle Blake, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it." So I did. And it was intriguing, and I watched it, and I watched the whole thing. It wasn't really for me, you know, I kind of felt a little odd watching it. But it was an interesting concept and everything like that. And, you know, I watched it. This Star Trek thing, just, not only is it not for me, but it just looks so horribly bad. Just stupid. Like, man. It hasn't even, nobody watches it. And then people bitch. But no one's watching it. Nobody cares. It gets canceled. That's what happens when shows don't get watched. How many great shows were canceled because nobody watched them, but they were actually good? The Firefly, which actually they're doing a reboot of that, I guess, but I don't know how many shows I got into, and then, oh, that's it, one season, that was it. But it's just because, like, people think because, oh, it's representing gay people and all this stuff and whatever, it should still be made even though nobody watches it. It's like, that's not how it works. Like, how stupid are you? Really? I'm waiting. How dumb can you be? Like, I just don't. It's just insane to me that I don't know. I don't get it. And that's, again, I mean, I would rather, I don't know. Oh, I need to look and see, like, what are some, you know, okay, like the Bones show. I've been talking about it because I've been watching it, right? And there's always these stupid little jabs at conservatism. More like against Christianity, religion, faith, you know, Catholicism. And then they'll throw in some other liberal stuff. And it's like, you know, 10 years ago when I watched some of these with my wife, I would never have caught it. I wouldn't have, like, you know, noticed it. Now I do notice those things, but the show's still written well enough. There's still some good stories and character arcs and some moving family dynamics and all the stuff that keeps me engaged. Yes, there's some stupid kind of liberal viewed crap, but it's like I can, you know, it's mainly like one character, the art chick, like the hippie girl. She's annoying as all hell. She's good looking, but she's annoying. And then the main girl, what's her name? Dr. Brennan Bones. Like, there's a lot of things that she's very you know, she's like a realist. Like she makes a lot of sense, right? But then some of her arguments, though, are just very wrong, especially when it comes to faith and religion and stuff like that. It's all like the trademark left wing arguments about stuff, about the Crusades or whatever. I don't know. So it's, you know, but the show was still good. But the shows today now they have what used to be kind of annoying. That's all the show's about. And there's nothing good about it, you know? And then they cry because nobody watches it. Why doesn't nobody want to watch my show? Because you're a horrible writer. Your stories, you know, they should have just created their own sci-fi world and not put Star Trek on there. They probably actually would have had more viewers. You know what I mean? Not much more, but that's the trope, you know? They take these beloved IP, is that how you say it? Original, that's O. Anyway, whatever. But, you know, they take all the stuff that, like, Gen X individuals grew up loving, and then they just slap a bunch of powerful women or, you know, gayness on it, and then expect everybody to, oh, they'll still watch it, they'll still like it. It's like, no. You know, and then, like, they have, for the Oscars, for a movie to be nominated, you have to have, like, you know, more women than men, or the main, you know what I mean? Like, kind of stupid, all these kind of different, like, what do they call it? Box checking. Gosh, man. But, and then nobody watches the Oscars. Nobody cares about the movies that are at the Oscars, you know, and it's just everything is not genuine, you know? The most downloaded songs on Spotify, nobody actually listens to. The most, you know what I mean? Like they're the entertainment industry is trying to create what's popular, make you think, oh, this is popular, so you should. But people, you know, people have gut instincts. You know, they're catching on. You can't piss on me and tell me it's raining, or you can for only so long. You know. So, and it's Hollywood is dying, man. Their jobs, nobody has work there. Everybody's going somewhere else. It's just it totally failed, and it's not just the woke BS that infected TV and movies, but it's also just the people in charge of everything, running everything, and then you have the government officials and how liberals, they can't actually run anything. They just tax you and make you think like, oh, look at what we're doing, but all they're doing is getting rich and making you think, look, we spent all this money to help the homeless, but the homeless are still there. Oh, well, you know, hey, let's put some money on a rail system. Okay, well, how's that going? Oh, yeah. Hey, the homeless, you know, it's like they're they're one step above socialism, you know what I mean? And that's what they are. They're like socialists, but living in a capitalist and benefiting from a capitalist country, but talking about how socialism is so great, but they can't even run a state. California's turned into a fucking shithole. And it's, you know, they deserve it, you know. Someday, right? Someday. Who was the last Republican? I think, was it Arnold? Arnold. He was actually a Republican, I think, when he ran for governor. Governor of California. Is that how he used to say it? California. Anyway. But yeah. So that's it. More of the same shit. I've been trying to stay busy. Tear down a wall in the front of my house. Usually I talk about what I'm doing at the beginning, huh? Yeah, not much else. Just kind of doing my thing. Lent's almost over. yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do I care? Yeah, not really. But still, it's fun to have atheists make comments on my videos. Anyway, this one in particular, it's funny. Anyway, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate your time, and God bless. All right, bye.
Say something for the podcast. Tell the people what you feel.